Welcome to Frederick at its best. I'm Frederick County Executive Jan Gardner, and we're here today to recognize Constitution Week. Constitution Week is a tribute to America's most important document. The United States Constitution stands as a testament to the tenacity of Americans throughout history. The celebration of the Constitution was started by the Daughters of the American Revolution. In 1955, the Daughters of the American Revolution, also known as the DAR, petitioned Congress to observe September 17th through the 23rd each year as Constitution Week. The resolution was later adopted by the U.S. Congress and signed into public law on August 2nd, 1956 by President Dwight D. Eisenhower. Constitution Week emphasizes citizens' responsibilities to protect and defend the Constitution. The week also helps to educate people about the Constitution and its role as the foundation of our way of life in America, and to encourage the study of the historical events that led to the framing of the document. The United States Constitution established America's national government and fundamental laws and guaranteed certain basic rights to all of its citizens. It was signed on September 17, 1787, by delegates of the Constitutional Convention in Philadelphia, which was presided over by George Washington. Under America's first governing document, the Articles of Confederation, the national government was weak and the states operated much like independent countries. At the 1787 convention, delegates devised a plan for a stronger federal government with three branches: the executive branch, legislative branch, and judicial branch, along with a system of checks and balances to ensure that no single branch would have too much power. The United States Constitution was written in the same Pennsylvania State House where the Declaration of Independence was signed, and where George Washington received his commission as commander of the Continental Army. The document was prepared in secret behind locked doors that were guarded by sentries. Delegates at the Constitutional Convention ranged in age from the young of 26-year-old Jonathan Dayton of New Jersey to 81-year-old Benjamin Franklin of Pennsylvania. Some of the original framers were troubled that the Constitution lacked a description of individual rights. So in 1791, Americans added the first 10 amendments known as the Bill of Rights to guarantee basic individual protections. Over the past 232 years, more than 11,000 amendments have been introduced in Congress. 33 of those have gone to the states for votes, and 27 have been ratified. So the original document really has not changed a whole lot since its beginning. The original Constitution is on display at the National Archives in Washington, D.C. It was temporarily moved to Fort Knox for safekeeping when Pearl Harbor was bombed by the Japanese in 1941. So before I read today's proclamation, I certainly want to recognize the local members of the Daughters of the American Revolution, a nonprofit, non-political volunteer women's service organization. DAR members are dedicated to promoting historic preservation, education, and patriotism in communities across the nation. And so I will read the proclamation and then pass the microphone. Whereas September 17, 2019 marks the 232nd anniversary of the drafting of the Constitution of the United States of America by the Constitutional Convention, and whereas it is fitting and proper to accord official recognition to this magnificent document and its memorable anniversary, and to the patriotic celebrations which will commemorate the occasion, and whereas the Constitution of the United States stands as a testament to the tenacity of Americans throughout history to maintain their liberties, freedoms, and inalienable rights, and whereas I ask all of our citizens to reaffirm the ideas held by the framers of the Constitution in 1787 by vigilantly protecting the freedoms guaranteed to us through this guarding of our liberties, remembering that lost rights may never be regained. So now, therefore, as the County Executive of Frederick County, Maryland, I hereby proclaim the week of September 17th through September 23rd as Constitution Week in Frederick County, and commend this observance to all of our citizens. So now I'll pass the microphone to our members of the DAR who are here with us today.
Good morning. I'm Ramona Osborne, and as the regent of the Frederick chapter of the National Society Daughters of the American Revolution, I would like to thank Jan Gardner, Frederick County Executive, for issuing a proclamation recognizing Constitution Week 2019. The DAR promotes historic preservation, education, and patriotism, and during Constitution Week, We celebrate the foundational document that guides our great republic. The United States of America is the light of the world, and our Constitution, first ratified in the 1780s and 90s, supports to this very day a strong union of states and the justice, domestic tranquility, common defense, general welfare, and liberty that allow Americans to confidently move toward the future. Our Constitution and our founding fathers deserve our utmost respect. Thank you.
Okay. Do you want to let your folks introduce themselves?
Hi, I'm Rhonda Ramsberg, a past Constitution Week chairperson, and I just would like everyone to look into the Constitution. It's probably been a while since you've read it, and it's a lot of history right there. It's very important. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Marion Purtell, member of DAR. I think as the elections approach, we need to always keep an eye on what the candidates are saying about the Constitution. That's what our government is founded on, and it gives us the guidelines to make sure we are doing what we are supposed to be doing. So I'm honored to be here today.
Thank you. All right. I want to make sure it's on. I think it is. There we go.
Hello. I also want to thank Jan for her proclamation today. As historian and Constitution Week chair for the Frederick chapter of DAR, I realize the importance of this document, and it helps us, this proclamation helps us toward our goals of reaching as many people as we can to raise awareness, encourage study, and educate people about the Constitution. We will be out and about during that week, before that week, and during that week. We have plenty of activities that are going on. One place you'll find us is at the History Tent at the Great Frederick Fair on Thursday, September 19th. We'll have lots of information if you're interested in DAR or about the Constitution. We'll have information about both there. And look for the banners to be displayed downtown on the corner of Patrick and Market Streets. There'll be 4 banners up mentioning Constitution Week. The Frederick County Public Libraries have tons of books for kids if you want to do something with your children. We'll also be putting some displays up in the library. And they have books really for all ages about the Constitution, certainly worth looking into. We have some toolkits that we'll be passing out to some classrooms to help them when they talk about the Constitution with their students. And you can look for some publicity in the Frederick News Post and also in church bulletins around the county. We've been in contact with several of them, and they will also be putting something in their bulletins. So this document has served us for 232 years, and I also encourage everyone to get a copy and read it. And don't forget to fly your flag during Constitution Week as well. Thank you. And my name is Mary Jo Contesti, by the way. I am the Constitution Week chair currently and historian for the Frederick chapter. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Melinda Shanholtz. I'm First Vice Regent here for the DAR. And again, I'd like to thank Jan for giving us this proclamation, and enjoy Constitution Week.
Thank you. All right. Thank you for the important work you do as the Daughters of the American Revolution. I appreciate your efforts to educate the community about our nation's rich history and the Constitution. Constitution Week fosters an appreciation for this important document and the freedom that it establishes for us centuries later. And I do appreciate your comments about the upcoming national elections. I do hear people throughout our community who reference the Constitution correctly as well as incorrectly. So it is important that we really know that those founding documents of our country, they've served us well for over 230 years, and really they are a testament to, well, they may have been done in secret It was a testament to some really good forward thinking about what was put forward for the foundation of our country. So anyone who wants to learn more about the Constitution Week can find details online at dar.org. Thank you for joining us for Frederick at its Best.